So in previous lecture we did an example of student class. Class had some properties which were defined as variables like name, roll number, branch, and there were few functions which student can perform. We finally created object of the class and called its function. So today also we'll discuss another example of classes and object. So suppose you want to classify an account, a bank account. So a bank account can has few details, a few properties associated to it, and we can say account can has account number, balance, holder's name, and it can also perform some function like you can withdraw money from that account, or you can deposit money into the account, or you can simply display the information of your account. So let us do this in Java program. So for this I am creating new class file in the same project. You can choose different project also, and I am naming it as account. So we discussed account class will have variables like holder name. It can have a balance in integer. It can have an int account number. Okay. So now we said this class can also perform some functions. So let us define first function, which can be display. In this display I'll simply print the information like I'm printing in quotes name. So name will be printed as it is on the screen, plus holder name, the value of this variable, plus I'm saying balance, okay. So let us suppose I want to print the two information. So now I can define more function like withdraw. Withdraw is int a. So withdraw function will receive a integer, then it will check if this integer is less than balance or not, and if it is less than balance it will say reduce your balance by this amount. Okay. It may also print some information like this amount is deducted, and remaining is what your balance is now. You can also create a deposit sort of function. You can create different type of function. This function can receive a parameter, it cannot receive a parameter. If it is receiving, need not scan information from the user. If it is not receiving any parameter here, it need to ask user what amount you want to deposit. Okay, so functions can be made in any way. If it is not receiving, for example, so you'll say prompt it on the command prompt, enter amount you want to deposit. Okay, and whatever user is saying, you need to scan it. So for that I'm creating object of a scanner class. Okay. So I need to import scanner class also. And now I'll scan this value in some another variable, suppose b, and now whatever value the user is entering, I will add this value to your balance variable. Nice, looks good. So let us save this file. Now let us create another file which will, let us name it as test file. It will contain your main function and it will create object of the account class and will invoke its function. So first of all, let us create an object. To create an object, you write the class name first, then the reference name, maybe ref is the name, and then object is created through new account. So after this first statement, we know one object is created in the memory which will have variable like holder name, balance and account number, and by default their value will be null, 0 and 0. If you want to assign some values to the object, you can do it as ref dot account number is equals to 123, ref dot balance, maybe initial balance you have set it to be 1000, ref dot holder name is equals to some name like ABC. Okay, so after initializing the variables of an object, let me call a function on it. So let me deposit something into it. So to deposit, I will call ref dot deposit function. Okay, after deposit, let me display whatever is the value. Then I'll call withdraw function. So when I call withdraw, you will see it is expecting an integer value here, because here in the signature the function said you will pass an integer to this function. So to call this function you need to pass some integer. This can be some fixed value, or you can scan a value here and then pass it variable like some int s is equals to 20, and then you can pass 20 here, or this s can also be scanned by the user. And after this I am again printing whatever is the information using display function. Let us call display once more when I have created the object. Okay, so there will be a display will be called once when the object is called. Let us call it after initializing the object. Then I am calling it after deposit function is called, and then when withdraw function is called. Okay, so this was our display function withdraw and balance. Let us save this file also. Okay, so initially this display will be called. Okay, we created an object and then display says name is null, balance is 0. Then I created assigned values to it and again called display. It says name is ABC, balance is 1000. Okay, then I call deposit function, and in deposit function it is written that you will ask user to enter the amount and you will scan this value. So I want to deposit say 100 rupees. Okay, So after this function is executed, again display will be called, which says name is ABC and balance is 1100, because 1000 was initial and 100 you deposit. And after that you defined a variable s, called it 20, and then you called withdraw function and passed 20 value in it. So withdraw function checked if 20 is less than balance. So your balance was 1100, the condition was true, and balance was balance minus a, and it was printed that amount deducted is 20 and remaining is this 1080. Okay, so after this printing, again display function will be called, which will say that name is this and balance is this. Hope you understood the concept of classes and object. A class is a collection of related variables and functions, and you can access these variables and functions outside the class using its object. Thank you.